Yer. Welcome back. Episode 8 of Radical Souls Podcast. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
I'm Ethan. Make sure to hit that subscribe, like, and comment. Only 40 more to that free giveaway.
Only 40
Keep subscribing.
more, son.
Keep subscribing.
Word. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. You just watching a watch, get out of here. No, I'm just joking. Stay.
Yeah, every view counts. But so guys, today we're going to talk about the NBA lottery that decided to fudge the Knicks once again. It is what it is. I've been used to it. We're going to be talking the NBA bubble. The playoffs have been rather interesting, and last episode we got to tell our picks, which we made a while ago, and we just completely forgot to mention it. So hey, better late than never. We're gonna be talking some MLB news because Ethan's bum-ass Mets want to be giving people coronavirus out here. We're going to talk about some NFL news too because we heard about some major breaking news for head coach Ron Rivera in Washington, and we're gonna end with the biggest chokes of all time in sports because ain't nothing like when the team just chokes out here and
Let's get it.
Let's get it. So before we start, I just want to do a quick little shout out to Kamala Harris, who's going to be the Democratic Vice President this year. It's really nice to see somebody of color with a whole immigrant background story because, we all here have that background story and we just know what it's like to be in that position. So it's pretty cool to see a woman be in that position because it's like it's the best of both worlds. She's a woman and she a person of color, so it's that change.
Did you hear her whole story in general?
Yeah, I was watching the Democratic convention.
That's cool. I didn't know she was half Indian, but
yeah, did I?
That's like a cool little twist to it. I mean, shout out to all my South Asians out there. But she was, I didn't know all that about her. It was cool to see that, she didn't grow up really privileged. She was just a single mom raised her, and she ended up becoming, a pretty significant judge in her district. It's a cool story. It's definitely good to hear. I mean, I don't align with all her views as a person and, all her policies, but that we're not going to get into politics right now. But, as a story and as a vice president, I think she'll be completely successful. I wish her all the best luck. I think that's really good to see a woman, number one, and then at that, a woman of color. I mean, can't get any better than that.
Of course not, bro. It's something that we all need to see as we keep going along our paths and stuff and our journeys.
Yeah. I even say it, now when I'm working, I'm entering corporate America, son, bro, there's dead, you see these guys that just don't know what the hell they're doing, and a woman will come, bro, and be like, really, it's this and that. Bro, you can't look at anybody down nowadays, bro. It's not, this isn't 40 years ago, son.
Nah, and women, they be the ones sometimes that be saying stuff that had me you got a good point.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, it's a different world, and I like it, bro. I'm so happy we're moving in that. At least our country, it's it hasn't been moving in the right direction, but it's a bright future that we're moving in the right direction.
100%.
It's a little glimpse of light in a dark ass tunnel right now.
Like your boy Joe Biden said, even his story's a little crazy too. I didn't know his entire story about his first wife and his daughter dying in a car accident, and then he had to get.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I was like, that's a lot to take in. So, we're going to have two people running that they just got a story.
It's going to be interesting to see. We'll see. And it's going to be interesting even more because of coronavirus. We're going to see exactly how everything pans out. So I'm kind of just interested to see how everything kind of works out. So we'll see in November.
Word.
Even with the voting, it's going to be kind of difficult to have everybody packed in. So they got to space everything out.
Yeah, so
we'll see how that goes, man. I'm curious to see what happens the next month or two.
Yeah,
and speaking of curiosity, we could talk about the NBA lottery. Curious to know what the hell they be doing to the Knicks, how the hell they be doing it, because we got the 8th pick, which me personally, I saw people blowing up Instagram and Twitter. The Knicks were trending yesterday after that, and I'm not mad. I'm really not. It's whatever. We got the 8th pick. It's going to be a crappy draft because we have no March Madness. We didn't even finish the college season. These international kids haven't been playing for a while because the coronavirus was in some of these countries before we shut down, so they haven't been playing for the longest. It's one of those things where like, yo, we literally signed people to get this draft right. Like we got the scout from the Jazz. We got Kenny Payne from Kentucky, who's supposed to develop people. Tom Thibodeau is known to develop and be able to coach current players. So it's like this is the real test right here. Can you guys take this 8th pick, get it right, develop him, and make that 8th pick look like a number 1 pick?
Yeah, you saw who they got as the mock draft for the 8th pick, the kid from Iowa State,
I've
Tyrese
seen a
Halliburton.
few different things. I've seen Halliburton. I've seen Okoro from Auburn.
Yeah, I've seen that one too. But I really don't think they should go point guard, bro. I don't think they should go point guard. I think they need a slasher,
I
bro. They
don't,
need some type of excitement. But
bro.
there's nobody top, I don't know, top 10 or that's gonna fall later top 10 that I would say it's gonna be worth it. But I don't know.
I've seen Vessel too from Florida State. He's supposed to be a
Yeah,
3-and-D wing, which I feel like would be a good pair up with RJ Barrett. And even then, we got the 27th pick. And what I've been seeing is Cole Anthony falling all the way down to like in the 20s.
yeah.
Oh, 20s.
Yeah, the last Bleacher Report, my draft has him like in the 20s now. And it's like, yo, he was supposed to be a top 3 pick beginning college season. So just imagine, like, he could pan out.
Yeah. And even the other kid from Florida State too, Patrick Williams. I know
Yeah.
he's pretty nice too. So it's just I don't know. I personally think as a Knicks fan, I would rather see a 2 or a 3 pick, like as in position wise, a 2 or a 3, rather than another point guard like fucking
Bro,
Ntilikina. Like
look,
honestly, I am not a fan of Ntilikina at all. I didn't like that pick, and I don't like the way it panned out. Like it was just not a good pick. I don't know. Maybe
I feel like
just
we
bad
still gotta give him
experience.
at least 2 years, bro. It's like he's still a young kid. He has
He
the
is.
defense, and I feel like he's shown potential. Like he has 2 triple doubles already in his first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So we
And I
know
feel
his ceiling. So it's like we know what he can possibly do.
Yeah, and Kevin Knox was, I think, an all right pick. I mean, he's also another guy that's really young too. Like I think you were saying it the other day, he just turned 21, so he's definitely got a lot of learning to do. So, and he's a power forward, right? Power forward,
Small forward, power
small
forward,
forward, power
depending
forward.
on who you
Yeah.
got in.
So like I don't know. I would rather see one of them kids like that from Florida State, a 2 or a 3. But
I mean, it's one of those things where I was watching something yesterday and they were like, yo, I don't know where the narrative came that the Knicks have to draft a point guard when in reality, you guys need everything but a center pretty much. And even then, you still
pretty
need a backup
much,
center. So I don't know
yeah.
why we push this narrative. Oh, we need a point guard. Oh, we need a point guard. Like, no, we need a
No,
team. We have no
we
one.
need exactly. You need a
Like,
team at this point. If
yo,
you
we
can
need
get it,
anything.
yeah,
Shooting, defense, passing. Someone to sit the
yes.
bench just to fill up that roster spot. Like, yo, we need everything. So why does it matter what we pick? Like, I don't understand that.
Bro, but can we pause though and acknowledge, at least as Knicks fans, that we're loyal Knicks fans though? Because I've
Oh, no,
seen
yeah,
many Knicks fans, bro, have fallen out the past 5 or 6 years.
bro. This is my team. This is
You
my
know what I'm
city.
saying?
I don't care. We could be 2-80, and I'm gonna still be like, yo, we gonna win this shit next year. I promise you, son.
Let's go. I mean, Ethan can't relate because he's an OKC fan, but
No, we lose in the playoffs. It's fine.
It's all right though because we'll talk about Ethan's team towards the end of the episode because he fits into that. I'll just do this. With Reggie Miller. So, it is what it is. But now let's talk about relevant basketball and Ethan's Thunder because playoffs are here. We forgot to make our picks last episode, and I just want to see which route you guys are thinking because I still think the Clippers are taking this.
I got Mavs.
yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I don't know. That in that 2-7 there, I can definitely see the Mavs coming out if the Clippers aren't fully out. But yo, can we talk that 1-8, son?
Portland.
Before we talk Clippers, can we talk Lakers?
Of course.
Yo,
They
the
came out
Lakers
and
came out
smacked
last
these guys
night
up.
and smacked Portland, son. What was the end of that game? I didn't even watch it, honestly.
Bro, it got to the point where it was like 30-something points and all the starters from both teams were out. And I was just
Bro,
like, I'm going to watch this just to see what happens out of curiosity, not even expecting nothing.
final score was 111-88. Bro, it was a slap down,
Well,
son.
Damian Lillard dislocated his finger, and I
He
don't know if
did,
that's on the
yeah.
video. That looked disgusting. Homie's finger was like
It was like,
all the way over here.
yeah, like that shit was gross. But I think he'll come back, and I think he'll come
Oh, no,
back.
he said I'm playing. He had it taped up
Yeah,
ready on the bench and everything. I think if they would have made a little comeback, he was coming back in that game.
yeah. But it definitely shows you how much of a vital part he is to that team. So, but yeah, man, it was good. It was good. I mean, not good to see, but it was kind of glad to see that the Lakers didn't just fall asleep in the playoffs. So that was cool. But yeah, they definitely came out fucking running last night.
So you guys still got Lakers in this series, or how we going?
Yeah, I say Lakers. I say Lakers if they keep playing the way they're playing. But I think Western Conference is going to be Mavs Lakers. I don't see the Jazz. Don't see the Nuggets. Don't see OKC.
So
Don't
you
see.
think whoever wins between the Clippers and Mavericks just keeps moving on all the way to the finals?
Yeah, not to the finals. I wouldn't say finals. I would say Western Conference.
All right. So you got Jazz and Nuggets winning that series.
That's a tough one. I'm saying Jazz.
So you got Jazz, Mavericks. Who you got between the Rockets and Thunder?
Oh, Rockets.
All right. That was even a question. Sorry, Ethan.
Yeah.
But so you got Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, and Mavericks.
Yeah.
And then who you got moving on after that?
Lakers. So
Lakers.
obviously the Lakers are gonna slap up Houston. I mean, I don't see them. I don't see them even going 6 games with them.
All right. And then who you got between the Jazz and Mavericks if that happens?
I feel like that's gonna be a good ass series. Either one of them. If the Clippers get beat, even if the Nuggets make it, I feel like that'll be a good ass series to watch. But I still feel like it'll be a game 6 or 7 going Mavs way.
And then Lakers versus Mavs. You got the Lakers advancing, of course.
I got the Lakers, yeah. Lakers in 6, I'd say.
All right.
Because I feel like it's either gonna be one of two. They're either gonna get blown the fuck out or they're gonna push it. So
I like the takes.
All right. So Ethan, let me hear your West, and then after that, I'll give you my West, and we'll move to the East.
yeah.
So Lakers, Portland. E, who you got?
I got Lakers still at 6.
Yeah, I remember you said this like
Uh,
3 weeks ago, but
and if Dame is not on point, then Lakers are easily taking it.
Yeah.
That's how the narrative is right now.
All right. Let's see how loyal of a fan you are. You got Rockets or Thunder?
Rockets. Russ not even playing and we're getting smacked. So once Russ come back in game 3 or 4, we're done.
All right, I like it. You're realistic. I like it. Nuggets or Jazz?
I got Nuggets. I'm gonna say Jokic, MPJ pulls it off, and I'm gonna say Game 7. I'm gonna say it goes to Game 7.
All right, I like it. Clippers and Mavs?
I said Mavs at first, but I'm gonna switch the narrative. I'm gonna say Clippers. I want to see Clippers Lakers still.
All right. So with that being said, you got the Clippers beating the Nuggets, and you got the Lakers beating the Rockets.
Yep.
And then who moves on at the end of it all?
I'm gonna say Clippers. I'm gonna
Wow, so
sneaky say
you're
Clippers.
changing it finally, huh?
Wow.
I'm gonna sneaky say Clippers because I don't like how the second benches for the Lakers after seeing them play. Like they're sloppy. It's not as consistent
They
as
very they
Lou
they are
Will,
very sloppy.
right? Like
Yeah.
after watching them play and like hearing it on paper, like oh J.R. Smith, Dion, like it's a nice bench, but Lou Will and Harold coming off the bench is way better. So I'm gonna say Clippers 6 or 7. I'm gonna say that.
Word. All right, so with that being said, I think me and Ethan are pretty much almost going the same route, except I got the Jazz pulling that upset on the Nuggets. I don't know. There's something about the Jazz that just has me like Donovan Mitchell's on a fucking mission, yo. Like he's been bugging
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's why. Honestly,
And
that's
they've
why.
been and they've been doing that without Mike Conley on top of all of that.
Yeah.
So just imagine if he comes back because he's already in the bubble. He's just waiting for clearance any day now, pretty much.
He's
So I
playing today.
got. Oh, okay. So there you go. Even better. So I got the Jazz and Clippers. I, of course, got to take the Rockets because, like you said, it's looking bad for y'all. And I got Portland beating the Lakers too. Because I don't know. Here's my thing, right? So I watched yesterday's game, and they were doubling McCollum and Lillard a lot to try to force the ball out of their hand. And I feel like if they do that, it's going to not go well for them because Melo is going to go off for 30-something points. And if you let Melo go off for 30-something points, it's not going to be a pretty sight. Not one bit. And that's just me, honestly.
You respect it? They do
And
win.
I'm sorry, the Lakers got too many pieces. The Lakers got pieces, but I feel like the Portland got enough pieces to cancel out the pieces. And when it comes down to crunch time, they're going to be like, yo, we can't double no more. And that's when Damian Lillard just going to start going off.
If he goes off, then they can win.
Yeah. Then after that, I got the Rockets beating Portland because Russ comes back and Russ starts bugging out a storm for not playing all that time because he looks like he's dying to be on the court.
Really is.
Clippers beating the Jazz, and I still got the Clippers advancing, beating the Rockets.
Could be for the finals. Okay.
Dang. All right.
Chris, I'm
I
sorry,
Interesting.
bro.
I don't see the Rockets. I don't even see the Rockets making the Western Conference. But
I mean, if Portland pulls his upset, that's the only way they're gonna be able to advance, maybe.
all right, I'll
All right,
take it.
so then we go to the East, the very, very interesting East, because this is like a little blowout in a sense. But I feel like sometimes the East is that league that things just flip around out of nowhere and it's over. So I got Bucks, Heat, Celtics, and Raptors.
Okay.
And then I got the Raptors and the Bucks playing against each other, and I got the Raptors pulling that upset on the Bucks because they're going to be able to stop Giannis, and it's going to be Clippers Raptors, Kawhi versus the team.
Wow, that's an interesting narrative.
You see the Raptors going that far? That's
really
number
do.
one.
I really do. No, like because here's my thing, right? So Fred VanVleet is on a contract here.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to go off in this finals if he wants his guaranteed money.
Okay.
So if he could wall out and give you 30-something points, and Kyle Lowry giving you 30-something, that's 60 points off the bat. You got Pascal Siakam, you got Serge Ibaka, you got Marc Gasol, you got pieces. It's there. This is almost the same exact team that won you a chip last year. All you're missing is squad.
I respect the decision.
I'll let E go last because I feel like E is a lot more educated in basketball than I am.
So
but I got Bucks Heat. Wow, you're just gonna disrespect me and say Magic like that?
I know you love the Magic, yo. I want to make sure because I know the Magic
that's a negative.
upsets.
That's a negative. Bucks Heat. Then I got Celtics Raptors. I got the Celtics beating the Raptors. Then I got Celtics Bucks. And then I say Celtics Lakers.
Bringing it back old school for Kobe.
I feel like the Celtics are a slept on team. There's just no hype around them. Like even though they got a lot of young cats, I think they're gonna push pretty far this year. And especially the way the East is looking, I think they'll sweep by the 76ers, and I think they'll definitely sweep by the Raptors. So they'll at least make it to the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
So.
No, go into that same exact narrative because I feel him exactly. Bucks Heat, then I'm going Celtics Raptors and Celtics being the Raptors. I don't know about sweep. I say at least like game 6, but
they're 2-0 right now, isn't it?
Oh no, he's talking about when they play the Raptors. He don't think.
Oh,
get to that point.
Oh, okay.
I say like game 6. I see like Raptors pulling at least 2 games at least.
I see 1. But
I would take 1 at least. And I'm gonna say Bucks, but I'm gonna say it to game 7. I'm gonna say Jimmy Butler and that team actually push Giannis to the point that he has to go to game 7.
I like
but
that.
I'm taking Bucks over Celtics.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Because people sleeping on the Bucks.
You got the Clippers winning it all?
A 1-on-1? 1 seed versus 1 seed? That's what you're seeing?
I'm seeing Bucks taking it all, though. I'm going to go on the east side. I'm going to say, surprisingly, Bucks take it all.
You're bugging out. Because this nigga Lou and Manchester are about to combine for 40 points. You're going to get a combined 60-point performance from Kawhi and Paul George. Like, it's going to be crazy.
I'm going to say Giannis has a Shaq game. He goes 30 for 20 every game.
He better go 50 for 20. That 30 ain't going to be up.
Oh, man.
And then Chris, you got the Lakers winning it all still?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I still got the Clippers, bro. Y'all know how I feel about the Clippers. You just heard what I told you. Like there's no
especially after last night, they disrespected LeBron. He came out swinging, bro. So, bro, you seen him yelling at the refs and everything last night?
Yeah, he
was wilding last night. So, I like it.
Speaking about the Lakers,
though, their bench is sloppy. No, I was just saying their bench is sloppy though. I did notice that last night as well. And even when they were blowing them out, I still noticed that.
Yeah, I mean, there were they looked stuck for a while. They were lucky that Portland just took out all their starters to be on the safe side because that 30-point lead could have been trimmed down like rather fast. I think if Damian Lillard doesn't dislocate his finger, they're all keeping in the starters and moving it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But what I was gonna mention was I liked the hats that they were wearing in the first game for the Lakers in Portland. They were wearing "Make America Great Again" hats. They crossed out "Great Again," and it said "Arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor." So I
Big
really
bro,
liked them. I was like, yo, they're still pushing this. That needs to be pushed, and they're doing what they got to do.
Yeah, no, most definitely. That's good to see.
So, speaking about things that people got to do, let's talk about, the Mets and Yankees having to stay home now because the Mets want to be coming out with 2 positive tests so far.
No more Subway Series, not this year, buds.
They're playing next week apparently again, but they
Yeah,
might
it's
be doing
postponed,
double
right?
headers. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
postponed. They might play double headers next week. I'm like, yo, they're gonna blow someone's arm out. They're doing too many double
Facts.
headers. There's gonna be pitchers that are
Facts.
gonna get exhausted, like dead arms, because they're gonna be exhausted. Players are gonna get exhausted, and it's a mess, bro. It's looking like a real bad mess.
Yeah.
Especially look at the Yankees. We got 3 injuries yesterday between.
How many weeks are we in the baseball, bud?
It's been what I want to say.
Not even a month. It's
Not
been like a
even.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, how many instances has COVID taken? At least like 3 or 4 teams have had to postpone games.
Marlins, the Cardinals, the Mets, the Nationals because they had to play. I'm sorry. Like right now, I think yesterday I had a doubleheader between the Royals and I had a relief pitcher that could only pitch 1 game because they're like, yo, we got to save you because we're not going to blow your arm out the next game. So it's been like
Yeah.
it's been a mess of fantasy, bro. Like it's one of those things where you're just watching every other day. Like, all right, so you're not playing because of COVID. You're playing, you're not. Like it's a mess, bro.
Yeah. It is a mess, but I'm glad. I'm like, in one instance, I'm glad that it's panning out the way it is. Because obviously I hope nobody gets, seriously sick or anything like that. But I'm glad to see that, the commissioner, Robert Manfred, can, get in his head that he just can't do whatever the hell he wants to do, son. Like these players are not just pieces he can move around. Like they're people as well. So, and that was the vibe he was given off in the beginning of the season. So,
Yo, I mean, it's one of those things too that it just shows people like, yo, this is a serious time. Like, this isn't something that you're just gonna walk around and do whatever you want. Like, yo, these players are catching it on a plane together, and I know people that are going on planes and stuff to places, and I'm like, yo, y'all are wilding.
yeah.
So hopefully this can,
Playoffs are around the corner though. That shit is scary.
Yeah.
How they gonna manage to do that?
I'm curious to see what happens because now you have teams that have to catch up in games. You're gonna have teams that might have COVID cases come playoff time. Like, what's gonna happen then? Are we gonna postpone the playoffs? Are we gonna do doubleheader playoff games? Like, baseball's a mess. I'm glad though it's a mess because hopefully this will be a waking up point of we gotta fix this because we are like not looking good.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And it's one of those things where talking about the seriousness of it, we can go to NFL where I don't know if you guys heard, but Ron Rivera, he was diagnosed with squamous cell cancer.
Oh wow, no, I didn't hear that.
About that.
Yeah, so he coaches the Washington football team, LMAO. Washington football team is actually the damn name of the team. After being named the Redskins, they had to switch their name due to controversy around their name, and they decided Washington football team is definitely the route to go. Which I don't know who the hell was in that conference room, but that's the team name. But
it's literally a W, isn't it?
Yeah, that's their logo, a W,
a yellow W. Yeah, that is crazy. All right.
So yeah, it's like one of those things where we look at COVID and then you look at somebody like Ron Rivera and you're like, damn. So what are you gonna do now? Because that'd be a bad mix if you were to get COVID apparently, and you have another thing due to your health. So it's rather interesting when you look at the NFL too, because it's like, all right, so what route are you guys gonna go in? Because I heard they're thinking about doing an NFL playoff bubble, and I'm like, why are we waiting for the playoffs? Like, you guys play once a week.
Yeah, I feel like the NFL, that should be an easy bubble, son. That should be a Thursday through Sunday bubble. Have a couple have 2. There has to be a place in the United States of America where there's 3 football fields together or 4. There has to be. I don't know. Am I dumb? Am I ignorant for saying that? There has to be one.
No,
3. It has to be 3 of them, bro. And they could run 2 or 3 games every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and people will tune in, son.
Just Cali alone, they got Cali got the Chargers. They have
Oakland.
now Oakland. Is Oakland still there? They're going to Las Vegas this year already.
Bro, but it's not even like they
Okay.
don't need a stadium. They don't need it. Like, who's gonna be there? Look at baseball. That looks the most foolish thing ever. Is if you look at basketball. They're playing in conference rooms, bro. They're playing in conference rooms with ceilings that are like 18 feet high, and literally like people hold conferences there. Like, and it's just wood floor and cameras and effects. Like, if you do the same thing for football, I'm sure if you put it in a controlled environment like that, people are still gonna tune in.
Of
Like,
course, bro.
no broadcasters are gonna drop because I don't know. I don't get it.
It's one of those things where, like we've mentioned this before, Cali has so many colleges and so many fields for football. Florida, Texas, because Texas alone got what? The Cowboys, which is a dome, which you could probably even do the event there if you wanted. They
Yeah,
have the Houston Texans field, and they have a bunch of colleges.
yeah.
Like there's options here.
There is. There really is. I pray to God that they put something in a controlled environment because I don't want to see this like it's affecting baseball. Like, obviously baseball is kind of more flexible because they play on a daily basis. But like you said, they play once a week, bro. If your quarterback catches coronavirus and the running back catches coronavirus, you're fucked. So,
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
imagine Patrick Mahomes coming positive with a test. It's a wrap, son.
yeah, like it's just it's a different and it's a different type of mentality when you're playing football too. Imagine these cats that don't have symptoms and shit. They don't want to tell anybody they're feeling anything. Like, you don't know. It's better to keep it in a controlled environment, I would say.
Yeah,
Agreed. Even if they have to switch up the days, like extend it more, it could be Monday through Saturday. It's not a bad thing. Just do 3 games each day, doing the bubble, and you're good.
Yeah, and people, bro, you acting people are home, bro. People are going to watch. Like,
Exactly.
if you're worried about viewership, it's obviously not going to be your Sunday 4:00, 7 o'clock. It's not going to be like that. But people are still going to tune in. Don't worry about that.
that's a fact.
Exactly.
So
Especially if you're a fan of the team, you know. It's one of those things where you're just gonna watch it
you'll
regardless.
make time
Yeah.
exactly.
But 9 minutes left, so this is the perfect time to talk about something that was almost about to happen to our boy Chris, but he was able to pull it off and beat me in the Eastern Conference Finals. But Chris was up 3-0 on me, and he nearly choked, but he ended up winning 4-3 in that series. So
It brought up a good idea. So
I was like, yo, why don't we talk about the greatest chokes of all time in sports? Because nothing is more frustrating than when your team is about to win a game and they just choke. And Ethan looks like he wants to throw himself off the chair. So, Ethan, we'll let you start because I know you have very heavy feelings about this topic because of your team involved in this.
The OKC and Warriors, when we was up 3-1 and they came back. If we would have won, KD would have stayed. But no. KD left us, and the rest is history.
oh man.
But what I find
That's the
the
best thing.
funniest about that whole thing is the fact that the Warriors immediately after choked 3-1 as well.
It was crazy back to back, and I think it was never done in history, or like once it happened before. Then, of course, it happened to us, and then it happened to them. And let's say like Warriors won, maybe KD doesn't even join. Like, there's so many things that could have happened within those two series, but rest is history.
Yep.
Yo,
That's funny.
so I wanted to bring this up because, I'm a Jets fan. And people talk crap about my team all the time. Oh, you guys don't make the playoffs. You guys have a drought. You guys haven't won a Super Bowl since Super Bowl 3. Yo, the Buffalo Bills have no right to talk because they made 4 straight Super Bowls and choked on every single one of those 4 straight Super Bowls that they made. You know what it is to go 0 for 4 straight years? And you gave the Cowboys most of those chips? Like, I don't want to hear nothing from Bills fans. I don't want to hear nothing from the Bills organization or the Bills players. Y'all choked 4 years in a row. Don't talk about us. Do something about it first, and then we'll talk.
I don't think I ever seen that in history. I never seen 4 teams go to a Super Bowl and lose all 4 years.
Yo, you know what that is, bro? Choking 4 years in a row? That's unheard of, bro. That's something that just never happens. Like, you got to win at least one. You choked all 4. And it's crazy because they lost, 3 of them on some crazy-ish, last-minute play type stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's my choke candidate, Chris. What's yours?
My choke is, since I'm the opposite, I'm a Giants New York Football Giants fan. I'm gonna go with the my arch nemesis, your arch nemesis as well, the Patriots. How they won Super Bowl 51, and the fucking Atlanta Falcons couldn't hold a what? What was it? A 28-3 lead.
Yep.
28-3 lead at the half. They couldn't hold it. Super Bowl
Bro.
51. I remember that Super Bowl like it was yesterday, son. I was
Oh
sitting
no,
at
I remember. I was talking my crap to Patriots fans. I was like, ha
yeah,
ha ha, y'all suck.
I was on Twitter, I was on Instagram going in like y'all suck, like y'all couldn't even score a touchdown in a half. So much for that offense, like blah 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 blah. All of a sudden, that boy Tom Brady comes out with a half and they won 34-28. Let's just say that. So they came out swinging. Bro, it was I think I'm never gonna forget that Super Bowl just because of that. Like halftime, you were talking shit, bro. We were talking shit. Like it was just a big shit talk fest. Because who likes the Patriots? Nobody likes the Patriots unless you're just in that area. Like I feel like I don't know. Have you guys met Patriots fans in Jersey?
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
feel like I've met a couple. Like I haven't met a lot, but I feel like you're either from that area or like you just grew up watching Tom Brady. So it's a very select few that like the Patriots. So it was just an ultimate happiness to see fucking the Patriots go down. And nah, Falcons gonna fucking hold it off. So
Yo.
that had to be one of the biggest strokes I've seen live. So
A quick funny story. I had three Patriots fans and a Falcons fan in the same room. And that whole first half, he was just talking smack the whole first half. And as soon as I think 2 minutes in the third quarter, they already started scoring. He was panicking, like he didn't know what to do. He had to walk out. By the fourth quarter, he
wow.
had to walk out because it was so bad that comeback. It was embarrassing at that point for the Falcon fans.
Yeah, if you were a Falcon fan, I mean, I felt bad for you. My boy's a Falcon fan. One of my best friends is a Falcon fan. And bro, to this day, he'll just sit down and be like, "Oh man, 28-3, we had it," and it'll be random. We'll just be sitting there talking, and he just brings it up. So it's just funny. It's sad. It was sad that they couldn't held that together, but
Yo. That was I remember that Super Bowl so much. And I was just sitting there like, yo, the Patriots are really gonna pull this off yet again.
well,
Can we wait? Can we put the Seahawks in that conversation too for biggest chokes?
oh
Oh yeah,
yeah, oh yeah,
1 yard line, you got one of the best running backs to ever step foot on a field as a running back, and you decide let's throw this shit.
that was the worst
when you could have
decision
just
ever.
gave it to Marshawn Lynch, son.
Marshawn Lynch would have beast. His nickname is Beast Mode, and they decided, nah, let's throw this.
Oh
They
man.
could have handed it
Worst
off.
call.
He would have walked it in. They would have scored a touchdown. They would have won the game. What did they do? Nah, let's throw this ball at the 1 yard line. We're just gonna throw an interception. And what I found the funniest was the fact that Malcolm Butler took it out of the end zone, and they ended up on the 1 yard line, and they still couldn't manage to stop the Patriots. Like I was like, how do you manage to like not
Yeah.
even get a safety at this point? Like,
Worst call in history.
I was so pissed. I was just there like this the whole time, just sitting at the TV. Like I was just like this, bro. I was just like that really just happened. Like this is really how it just went down. Like,
Oh, I remember. Oh
Sad.
my god.
and
That's
to this
funny.
day,
It,
I can't take the Seahawks serious because of that.
on a positive side for the Patriots, at least the Giants, that 16-0 record that Patriots had, and Giants took the dub. I was so happy.
We could put that as a
Yeah,
choke of all time too. 16-0,
that's yeah. I was just gonna say
And
that would low key be yeah.
because they were heavy favorites over the Giants, and y'all just made that beautiful catch with David Tyree, and the rest is history.
yep,
Yep.
that was a beautiful
You
moment.
know who else we could put in there too? Kentucky, when they were undefeated that one season, and they were supposed to like blow their way through the March Madness bracket, and they ended up, what was it, like the championship?
Yeah,
Was it even a
yeah, I lost
championship?
it.
I don't think it was a
Was it?
championship. I think they lost in the Final Four. I don't remember, but I remember they choked. That's all I remember.
I think it was a buzzer beater. I think that's all I remembered. But they lost that record.
Yeah, they were undefeated
That
all the
worst
way
feeling.
up, and then they just couldn't pan out.
No, that's the worst feeling.
Yep, it's like the sneakers app. Shit just never pans out. But I took my L on. I took my W finally on these threes. The sneaker gods blessed
Yeah.
me finally.
Shit, not me.
Finally.
Fuck sneakers app. Once again, if you're still here at the end of this video and you haven't taken a dub on sneakers app in the past month, subscribe. Should see a lot of you subscribing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna subscribe again. I'm gonna unsubscribe then resubscribe after that. After 2 L's I took today.
Yo, you know where to go though. Radical Souls.
Radical
He hit.
Souls,
Radical
baby.
Souls.
He hit. He got it. What size?
7.5.
Ooh.
Knee pair.
I got a 10.5.
Ooh. Might need that.
I don't got any size this guy. I don't got any size.
Because it's like
Chris is like, yeah, you ungrateful shits. I didn't even get nothing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
love the episode. Thank you for the support, guys. We'll be back next week.
stay easy.
Episode
Peace.
9. Peace.